Hello and welcome to the official NoN-eSports YouTube channel. I am Cadoink, and today we have up in the top left of Belshire Vestige our NoN-eSports player spawning as the red Terran. He is Hopeless. And down in the bottom right we have our blue Terran player NightSky. I am back after a little bit of a 2-week break. I've been kind of sick. I'm still sick, but I'm not coughing as much, so my goal is to hopefully make it through this cast without coughing and hacking up and all this. It's kind of moved from my throat to my nose, so I might sound a little bit nasally, but I'm hoping in the next week or two this will clear up. And wanted to cast the game. 2 weeks is too long to have to not have a game, so I was like, you know what, since I'm not coughing, I'll deal with the nose thing and I'll cast some StarCraft 2. And yeah, other than that, there hasn't been too much going on. The WCS Season 3 finals are happening as we speak. And by the time you watch this, it may be over, it may not be over, but I would recommend going and watching that if you can. I think it'll be a good one. And then next month will be BlizzCon. It'll be the World Finals for StarCraft 2, and I'm very excited for that. I'm going to be watching that, watching all of that. So, we have the usual gas at around 13. For Hopeless, seems like he is going to be getting up a very usual build, a very common thing, getting up his barracks right after getting his gas. And as we can see from both the production tab and just in general, NightSky is doing the exact same thing. A little bit earlier than Hopeless. I think he was just a bit behind on supply, but he did get this barracks up a little bit quicker. But that's not going to end up being a huge difference. Just means Hopeless will have a few extra minerals a few seconds before NightSky, and NightSky should have his marine up a few seconds before Hopeless. So nothing to worry about there at all. The big thing is, what are these two players going to be doing next? What is their decision-making process going to be? Are they going to get a Reaper out? Are they going to be going for the factory and then the reactor? Very, very common things we see Terran players do. Looks like NightSky has given his answer, and Hopeless has given his answer as well. So, once again, kind of mirrored exactly the same. There's a game I casted with Apollo where both players were doing the exact same things. Yeah, it's just a very common TvT build. It's not a bad build at all. I'd recommend taking it, practicing it, using it on ladder, as it's very standard. So, here we go. Second gas going down for both players, as usual. Wouldn't be surprised to see maybe even a Banshee play. Would be very cool to see that. As this factory finishes, a starport will go down, and then you can get up the tech lab on your factory. And that's exactly what NightSky is going for, and we'll see, is that what Hopeless is going for? Looks like yes. Is he going to put down the tech lab? That'll be whether or not he gets a Banshee. As you can't build a Banshee without a tech lab. Marine popping out for both players, I believe. Yeah, looks like a couple Marines out for each. And no tech lab, so I think that Hopeless is going to be going for more of maybe a Widow Mine drop or a little Widow Mine push, whereas NightSky is going to be going for that Banshee. Another really nice thing is you can use the Widow Mine for defense against the Banshee. For example, if you put it at the edge of your base, and he doesn't cloak before he goes into the base, he waits until after he's in the base to cloak, then you can end up actually picking off the Banshee, which is really nice. But a great scan going down from NightSky, seeing that Widow Mine, seeing the starport without a tech lab, so he does not have to worry about Banshees, cloak, anything like that. He himself is opting to get cloak, so he can do a lot of damage if Hopeless is not prepared for this. If he cloaks, like I said, before he enters the base, before he could get a random Widow Mine shot. And Hopeless has no idea what's going on in NightSky's base. Didn't even send an SCV scout in the beginning of the game. Fortunately, it is a two-player map, so he does know where his opponent is, but not what he has. And just like I said, going for that little Widow Mine Marine drop. We'll see how that does. But I want to talk about this really quickly. He's going for a little bit of a delayed Banshee, which sometimes is a really nice choice. Now, are they going to spot each other? It looks like they just barely spot each other. We'll have to see who does more damage here. Hopeless coming in with the drop. It looks like there's a nice little force of Marines here to try to pick up the medevac. They know it's coming, and he's going to be skirting around the edge of his base and trying to keep Hopeless out. This is really annoying for Hopeless. as he really wants to get in there. At the same time, the Banshee coming in, and it looks like there's not that much prepared from Hopeless. NightSky's Banshee going to be going straight into the mineral line and cloaking, see, just like I said, cloaking after he gets into the base and picking off as many SCVs as he can. At the same time, it looks like the drop was able to get in. The Widow Mine going down, being burrowed. Ooh, picking off a few Marines. Another Widow Mine going down. Will it pick off the Banshee? That would be really nice as Cloak. Yes! Cloak does manage to happen, but a Widow Mine shot was put down onto that Banshee at the same time. Tons of SCVs being killed here. It looks like this guy has gotten 13, 14. Ooh, not very good. One of the Widow Mines going down, but just barely not getting the second in his vision. So this is going to be kind of a scrappy game from now on. It looks like the SCV is being pulled, put onto the natural, just to try to keep him away from this. There is no engineering bay for either player, but Hopeless is really the one who needs it right now the most, as he needs to pick off that Banshee, get his turrets up. At the same time, little Marine force, a tank going towards NightSky's base. There isn't that much in the way of defense. Finally, the Banshee from Hopeless has moved across the map. It looks like, it does go down. That's so bad for Hopeless, but he is going to be able to pick off the wall at the front, and he should be able to move in. A couple Marines here with no backup. They're going to go down really quickly, and that medevac healing up quite nicely. I'd love to see this tank push forward, farther forward. And here we go, the Marines in the main of NightSky, picking off as many of these SCVs as possible. We'll have to pull back because there is a little Marine force there to deny that. Back in Hopeless's base, there's actually nothing. I don't think he has any more SCVs. Did he pick up the Banshee, or is this... There's another Banshee. I don't know what happened to that other Banshee. He might have got picked off, maybe to a scan and a couple Marines. Tank sieging up is going to be really good for Hopeless. There's not much here to defend against this except the Banshee. But if he has a scan back at home, he can deal with the Banshee really quickly, and then there's nothing that will be able to kill that siege tank. So here's a Widow Mine coming up. Will it get picked off in time? Yes, it does indeed. NightSky poking forward and back, and oh, this is so great. A Viking here to try to pick off the Banshee. Looks like the Banshee is quite... it does go down. This is so great for Hopeless. He'll be able to move his siege tank forward. Does not have to worry about being picked off from a cloaked Banshee, and a second tank as well. So even though Hopeless lost most of his economy, he has a big army here that's going to be doing a lot of damage, and I just don't see how NightSky is going to be able to deal with this. SCV's being pulled off the mineral line. Marines coming forward. I think the Raven has wasted its last turret, and so everything is just going down, and it looks like Hopeless is going to clean up everything in NightSky's base. Another Banshee is coming out. He needs to get the Viking right on top of it so he can try to pick up the Banshee. The Banshee now popping. Will cloak immediately? No, maybe not. Yes, there goes the cloak. And this is what I was talking about before, but a scan does go down. We'll be able to pick off that Banshee right before the tank goes down. So he needs to make do as much as he can with these 3 Marines. 3 against 2 Marines are going to be very good for Hopeless since he does have that medevac, and there aren't even enough minerals for NightSky to be able to mine to build any more Marines. All he's got is this Banshee. Doesn't really know whether or not he needs to be repairing it, but looks like he might. He should have. Wow. Kind of a scrappy, strange game. If we look, there's obviously nothing in NightSky's base, but absolutely nothing in Hopeless's base. He had 0 minerals. Couple Marines. These must have been who killed off the Banshee, maybe. But anyway, a little short, sweet game. 12 minutes and 1 second. That's actually quite good. Because I feel a cough coming in. So hopefully next week I'll feel a little bit better. Hopefully my nose won't be as clogged and my throat won't be as itchy. And I can cast a nice long macro game, and we can watch some exciting StarCraft 2. So for now, please like the video if you liked it. If not, put some constructive criticism in the comments. And if you did like it, you can also comment, start generating discussion, talk about the game. And show it to your friends, share it with your friends, and I'll see you guys next week.